YouTube. Time for me to spread some awareness, shed some light on the Primordial Scent Project 2012-2013, headed by Monica Miller of The Perfume Farmer. And first off, I gotta send a big virtual hug to you, Monica. What's up, darling? I gotta thank you because you have been just super kind to me. Just awesome. Just very, very helpful, and I cannot thank you enough. I really, really appreciate that, and you have become quite a great friend, and that's awesome. Love that. So big, big thank you to you. What Monica has started here is a list of over 20 indie perfumers that have come together for this project to create fragrances based around earth, air, fire, water, metal, and spirit. Going back to the elements that make up our planet, our bodies, ourselves, what we are made of physically and spiritually. So, when I first heard about this, of course, I was very intrigued, but I've never really taken the dive into indie niche perfumes. I don't know why, I just never got there, and this is basically my start, my journey into that realm, and boy, I am certainly glad that Monica, you sent this to me and have gotten me to look in the way of like indie niche houses, because I am finding some fantastic stuff. It is no BS. Man, I have just been getting blown away. I mean, things that I've never smelled before, things that are so creative and full of flavor, just has me wanting more, and I'm definitely going to start collecting some of these primordial scents and digging deeper into indie niche houses, which I already have actually, and it's been just hella fun. Now, the primordial scents, some of these are all natural and some of them are mixed media, and what Monica Miller sent me was a mix between earth and metal. I have not gotten my nose on all 28 of these, but boy, I sure want to. I got about 7 of these to check out, which I'm going to go over briefly, just give you a little bit of what these scents are about. Full reviews of these, I'm sure, will be coming on my channel for sure. With the first one being Mother by Opus Oils. That'll be the first fragrance I talk about quickly in this video. But anyone can go get sampler sets of this at Etsy.com. I will have the link down below. You can get a sampler set of water, air, metal, earth, or you can get a sampler set of all 28, a full set, for like 99 bucks, which, if you ask me, that's worth it, because I cannot tell you how much fun this has been for me with only 7 of them. Now I'm going to give you the description of what they say about this fragrance on Facebook. Smells like figs and chocolate with hints of wild rose and woods, and I gotta say, holy smokes. This was one of those that I was bam slammed, knocked on my feet, head over heels, love at first whiff. So I immediately went on the hunt for this juice, went to Opus Oils, couldn't find it. I wrote them, and it turns out technically this fragrance will not be released until 2013, but if you contact them, they will make this fragrance for you, which they did for me, and I'm super pumped because I have this bottle in my hands now. So excited for this, but I will save more info when I get to the review. I'll just give you a little teaser. What this fragrance reminds me of is like earthy, fruity wine, and there's eggerwood in this fragrance that gives it this incense aura throughout it. Oh my flippin' God. Love this juice. Now, let's move on to Durango by Envoyage Perfumes. Okay, Durango was inspired by the elements of earth and salt. My goal in making this masculine fragrance was to capture the coolness of a desert evening while incorporating the terrain of rural Texas earth, sand, tumbleweeds, and cactus flowers. Now, the notes in this one: sagebrush, pink peppercorn, citrus, salt, cactus flower, creosote leaves, vetiver, salt, desert woods, and musk. There's a couple of things I'm unfamiliar with in this note breakdown: cactus flower and creosote leaves. But I gotta tell you, holy smokes, does this damn fragrance rock. This is a freshie, but it's just so damn juicy. And it's something that I've never come across before. It's juicy and green, slightly woody, slightly spicy from like pepper and salt. Oh, damn. It just makes my mouth water. Absolutely love this one. That one's hitting the collection for sure. Just a great fragrance. Now, moving on, let's talk about Incubus from Michael's store. Okay, there's not too much on this fragrance out there yet. Michael's store is kind of a hard man to get in contact with, but he recently did, so I'm very glad of that, Michael. For those of you that like spice, that like incense, man, this stuff thoroughly rocks. Now, I will have a link to Michael's website down below. It's currently down. He's in the middle of revamping things. But damn, for you incense lovers out there, this thing is fresh. This thing is moist, spicy, just delicious, completely wearable. That's the thing about all of these. All of these are like distinct and creative, but yet very wearable. You know, like sometimes you can get into some funky stuff that you're like, yeah, that was kind of cool to check out, but I don't think I'd wear it all the time. These are totally, could be like, could be signature scent worthy type stuff. Great, great stuff. Now, let's move on and let's talk about Primordial Forest from Essential Alchemy. The notes in this one are woods, musk, green florals, hints of spice, and a tiny sparkle of citrus. Now, for all of you forest lovers out there, hikers, this one just might be right up your alley. This fragrance to me is earthy and woody. It's just like somebody, you're in the middle of a forest and somebody just buried you in all the foliage that comes from a forest. Damn, it's so fresh. It just makes you feel like you're out in the woods. Totally. If you love the smell of the woods, this is totally something that you would dig. Now, moving on, let's check out Cyprien by Bruce Bohms. The fragrances I have discussed up until now have been a part of the earth perfumes. I still have more of them. But this one happens to be part of the metal lineup. And the notes we have in this are copper-aged sandalwood, copper-aged vetiver, copper-aged cedar, agarwood, gotta pronounce that loud, marine accord, ambergris, absolute musk. In the heart, we've got citral, muguet accord, rosemary, and ozone accord. In the top, we've got Sicilian bergamot, galbanum, and aldehyde accord. You definitely pick up the aldehydes in this. So if you like aldehydes, you'd be a fan of this. This is definitely a metallic fragrance, but one that is very wearable. And if you noticed in the base notes, copper-aged sandalwood, copper-aged vetiver, copper-aged cedar. What this man did was he took these oils and he aged them in copper. That, to me, is cool as hell. Bruce, I need to smell these oils on their own, buddy. I need to see just what that did. Can't really tell there's a mixture going on here, but if that's what this did to give it that metallic hue over this fragrance, that's cool as hell, buddy. It's got that, you know, it's got the aldehydes, it's green, it's got the marine accord going on in here. Very creative, very fun stuff. Love this stuff, Bruce. Now, let's talk about another earth perfume called Dran. Okay, if you notice in that picture, the bottle has got these wood chunks in it. Well, when I received my sample also had a little wood chunk in it as well. And with the card, there was a piece of wood, like a little wood wand on its own. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Then I found out, very creative, very fun stuff behind this fragrance, totally. This fragrance was developed by Kristen Schilling, and this is what she has to say. My botanical perfume Dran, or Dran, is named for the old Irish word or whispered magical charm, murmur, or chant. Made mostly of essential oils from sacred trees, Dran is a smooth, subtle, resinous, warm, unisex, meditative scent featuring oud, Peru balsam, frankincense, myrrh, cedarwood, cistus, lavender, and rosewood with botanical inclusions of birch and ashwood from the British Isles and a piece of oak moss. And holy smokes, when you smell this one is just natural as hell. I mean, you can really pick up on all that stuff. You can pick up on the oud, the balsam, the frankincense, the myrrh, lavender, birch and ashwood. Just incredible, you know, and it doesn't come off heavy. It comes off very wearable, very well done, very natural. Just beautiful stuff, and I love the story behind this. You know, I guess those pieces of wood chunks are taken from sacred trees in England. I cannot tell you enough. Go read about that fragrance. One of the coolest stories about a fragrance I have come across. Need to have that one in my collection for sure. Now, let's move on to the next one. We're going to be talking about Aegis of Neath. This is another one that falls in the metal category, and the perfumer behind this is Lisa Abdul Kudus. Now, I apologize greatly if I pronounced your name wrong. I tried. And this is what she says about this fragrance. In ancient Egyptian mythology, Neath was the goddess of war, symbolized by bow and arrows and a shield, among other weapons. Aegis of Neath perfume was inspired by the aegis worn by Neath as her protection. The primordial element is metal. That's right. Now, as for the notes in this, we got rice paddy herb, cassia, vetiver, calamus, davana, fir absolute, ginger, and cassie absolute. I gotta say, there's a lot of stuff in here that I am very unfamiliar with. My nose has not come across a lot of this stuff. So this fragrance to me is new and exciting. It definitely has that metal aura surrounding it. And it has this juicy edible quality as well. And also very wearable as well. I don't know if that's the rice paddy herb, but a fragrance like this is exciting to me because it gives me some new stuff to figure out. You know, take a little journey with. All of these fragrances, I've only had maybe 1 or 2 wearings with, so I definitely need to get my hands on some more and take these for a ride because, man, just fun stuff. Excellent stuff. Stuff that I have not come across before yet. Oh, it's just awesome. So, if you're like me and it took you a while to dive into the indie niche perfumers, if you're thinking twice about it, I wouldn't, man. I would just dive straight in and just have some fun. You know, not only are these fragrances more affordable than a lot of the niche stuff out there, you're getting like top quality, very creative, very awesome stuff, and you just might stumble across something that thoroughly rocks your world that I betcha nobody else is going to be smelling like for sure. But that's it. Those are my thoughts on the Primordial Scent Project of 2012. Hope I did an okay job, Monica Miller. Big thank you again to you. And that's it, guys. You guys take care, and we'll see you soon.